Who doesn't love a fully loaded baked potato? You know, with butter and cheese and sour cream, bits of bacon and some chives. Oh, that's so good as a side dish, right? Or even as a meal. Hi, I'm Jill from thislittle.gal.com. Today on In the Kitchen with Jill, I'm going to be showing you how to make the very best and yummiest fully loaded baked potato soup right in the pressure cooker. So I've already preheat my Instant Pot. I hit saute. I let it heat up fully. I'm now going to add some bacon. We've got about 8 slices of bacon. So we're going to put that right in. All right.
I love that sound.
All right, so we're going to let that cook and get crispy. So it will stick a little bit. That's okay, just let it stay. Once that starts to render, the bacon will loosen. All right. So I'm going to hand the potatoes off to Ed to peel and start chopping. Where are you, Ed? Oh, you over there? Where'd you go? Oh, okay. So I'm going to start dicing the, what are these? What am I dicing?
Shallots.
Shallots. Gosh, I'm blanking up. I'm going to start dicing the shallots. You can use onion if you like. I like to use shallots in this recipe because they're a little bit sweeter than onions. So, all right, we will come back to you in a few minutes once the bacon is cooked, so you can watch us dice and chop. So I finished mincing the garlic, and now I'm going to help Ed chop some potatoes. You got any peeled and ready for me to chop, Ed? Oh, perfect. Thank you. So you only need to chop them into big chunks. Don't worry about dicing them. You know, once we use the immersion blender, they're going to be very small anyway. If there's any bad spots like this on your potato, just cut them out and put them aside. You don't want that. And then we'll put them in a bowl, and we're ready to cook. Okay, as soon as the bacon is done, we will take it out. Okay, so the bacon is nice and crisp. We're going to take it out now and put it on a plate lined with a paper towel. Oh, here it is. Thank you very much. Nice and crisp. You want it crispier, finish it up in your air fryer. So I'm going to hand this pot off to Ed, and he's going to dump out all the grease and just leave 1 tablespoon. So we just want a little bit of the flavor in there. Okay, so there you go. Just leave me 1 tablespoon. As soon as that comes back, we are going to add a stick of butter, which will deglaze the cooking pot. So I'm going to put the butter in to the pot, just like so. See all those brown bits? I'll come right up with the butter. Okay. Thank you. All right, so push it around. The butter will foam up, and we will add some shallots. That's nice. It's all coming up now. All right. When you see it foaming like that, you want to add your shallots. So we'll add all the shallots, just like this. It's going to add great flavor to this. Don't worry, you won't have any chunks. They will completely disappear in the soup. Okay, so now that we've added our shallots, we're ready to add the rest. I want to make sure though first that everything is deglazed and not stuck on the bottom. Okay, this little bit's not going to kill you. Okay, so now we're going to add garlic. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper, freshly ground black pepper, about 1/2 teaspoon. You can add more if you like. We like a lot of black pepper on our potatoes, so. Okay, and then I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of sea salt. So there's 1, and there's 2, and then I'm going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of some fresh chili paste. I use sambal oelek because it gives a very nice flavor. It's a nice pure chili taste. It's not going to make your soup hot. You can leave it out if you want. You really want to taste it. It kind of just ups the flavor. So about 1.5 teaspoons. Just like that. That's it. Okay. Alright, so we've got all the potatoes that are already chunked up. And we're going to add the potatoes and the rest. Ed, you want to dump the potatoes in for me, please? See, the rest of the brown bits at the bottom with all this action happening in here, it's coming up. Remember, the shallots are releasing water. So you want to make sure they're nice and strained. And add them in. Perfect. And now we're going to add 4 cups of chicken broth. So this is 2. And remember, I've used, for this, I mixed up better than bouillon. So it didn't all mix in, but it's fine. It'll mix in as we go. And, okay, while he's doing that, I'm going to add in 1 cup of cream. You see that? Another 2 cups just appeared, just like that. Okay, so we're going to add the rest of the chicken broth. Just like that. Okay. Oh, it looks wonderful. Now this cream, we're using heavy cream. As long as you use heavy cream, there's enough fat in it that it won't curdle or it won't break or look all funky like you sometimes will see if you use milk or half and half. So if you want to use milk or half and half in this recipe, you're going to need to add it in after pressure is released. So remember, heavy cream can go in the pressure cooker, no problem. All right, so now we're going to put the lid on. I'm going to lock the lid in place. You'll hear a little ding, ding, ding. Turn it. You're going to push the pressure valve away from you so that it's sealed. You'll notice the float valve is down. We're going to hit cancel, and then I'm going to hit the pressure cook or the manual button, and I'm going to change the time to 5 minutes. Okay, we're back. We've let the soup cook under pressure for 5 minutes. After it beeped, we're going to let it naturally release. You can let it release up to about 20 minutes if you like, and then release the pressure valve. If you want it sooner than that, like after 10 minutes, just slowly do an intermittent pressure valve release like this, and then let it go. So we're going to let it go and let the rest of the pressure out, which is pretty much out already. So we're going to wait for the float valve to go down. The float valve has now dropped, so it's safe to open the pot. You don't want to open the pot if this little float valve is still up. So slowly open the pot with the lid away from you. And let me put this over here. So now we're going to take a spoon. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Let's get it mixed up. Oh, Ed is here. Ed looks like he wants to do the immersion. Do you know why he wants to do it? You know why he's grabbed it before I had a chance to get it? Do you want me to tell you why? I make a huge mess. Anyway, so we're going to take sour cream and we're going to put it right in here. Ed, you're very funny. You trying to avoid a mess? You need to come on camera.
The less cleaning I have to do, the better.
Okay, so we're going to process this with the immersion blender until it's nice and creamy. Go for it, Ed. As he's doing that, I'm going to chop up some chives. How you doing over there, Ed?
I'm blending.
Alright, you almost done?
I believe so.
Alright, so now that Ed's done that, I've cut the chives and I'll put them into the little bowl here. And we're ready to serve up the soup. We use a ladle. So you can see how thick the soup is. It does not need any kind of flour or starch to make it thick. It's perfectly thick, just like that. So I'll serve some up. This looks great. Wow. Yummy. A little bit more. It's so hot. Okay. I'm going to add some cheese. Remember, the sour cream is already in it, so you don't need to add any any more sour cream. Let me put this down for a moment. Just like that. I'm going to take, remember that bacon we cooked earlier? I'm going to chop some up. Just like that. I'm going to top some bacon on it. Just like that. It looks wonderful. And finally, we will put some chives. Chives, this is a fully loaded baked potato soup. How wonderful does this look? So good.
I think I need to try that.
Okay. Okay. Let me grab you a spoon. There's your spoon. Here you go. It's very hot. Be careful. I burned my finger. That looks wonderful. Okay, so
Delicious.
this is great for a cool night, nice and hearty soup. When it's real cold outside, it just warms you on the inside. So while Ed is eating, let us know what you think about this video in the comment section below, and make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. As always, you will find lots of useful tips and information about the recipe, along with lots of photos of the recipe right on my blog, thisoldgal.com. There's always a printable recipe card with easy to follow step-by-step directions at the end of every post. I also will always include a list of all the kitchen gadgets that I use in the recipe, with links right before the recipe card, so make sure to look for that. Make sure you follow me on Facebook at This Old Gal, where I post more photos and videos, fun stuff, and sometimes I post deals of great products. Check me out on Instagram as well at This Old Gal Cooks. Thank you so much for joining me on In the Kitchen with Jill. Bye. I'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, Ed here. Be sure to follow us on social media and we'll see you in the next video.